Last month, I was going to a place where there was no phone service. I wanted to find something to keep myself busy. I was looking for a book that was logical and practical. So I borrowed this book called Be Your Future Self Now from one of my friends. The book is written by Benjamin Hardy, who is a psychologist. And I'm glad that I carried this book with me. I had to pause in between just to think about me, my goals, and my life in general. So, the main idea of the book is if you want to improve your life today, start thinking about your future self. Imagine yourself after 5 or 10 years. Now, try to think that this person is a completely different person, not you. Now, think about this. What should that person's life be? Be a bit empathetic about this person because he is your future self. What will be your choices today? What will be your decisions today to help him succeed in the future? Whenever you do something that is going to help him reach that destination, you are investing in his success. For example, at night, if you sleep on time, you're helping the you of the next morning because then he can wake up on time. I particularly liked the part where author is talking about hope for a better future. He shares a story of a Viktor Frankl who was a psychiatrist living in Austria. During World War II, when Germany attacked Austria, Victor was sent to a concentration camp. It's a prison where they used to torture the prisoners. He saw that due to horrible living conditions, some prisoners used to take their own lives. And Victor observed certain traits among the people who ended their lives versus those who didn't. The prisoners who lost all hope and could not imagine any future were the ones who took their own lives. On the other hand, those who survived were the ones who had a strong hope and they stayed strong during those brutal conditions. Hope might be about seeing their loved ones again or doing something in the future. So, in those horrible conditions, these people had a reason to live, they had a hope to live. And even Vector had two goals at that time. He wanted to meet his wife again, who was in another camp, and he also wanted to write a book after getting out of the prison. Now, I find this story relatable because even in my life, when I have a hope about something better to happen in future, whether it's about me or someone else, I get that motivation, I get that energy to put my all my efforts into that project or into that thing, into that job or whatever. But there is one thing I want to mention. This book tells us that we need to have a goal, we need to have a future vision, but he doesn't tell us that where to find these goals, how to figure out from where to come up with these goals. I might say that I want this, I want that for future, but am I sane enough to understand what I really want, what is good for me? Now, this topic is not really much discussed in the book, but I think it's really important to understand what is the purpose behind all your goals. The author also talks about goals like relationship and marriage. But then I was thinking, can we really plan out everything in life? I mean, certain things are not in our control. I mean, we can put in efforts in a marriage or in a relationship, but it's not always 100% in our control, right? But anyways, you can consider reading this book if you are a bit confused in your life or you are struggling to understand what you're doing, why you're doing. Then this book will really support you to find that clarity